Okay, here's our app. And what I needed to do, this is centered. Let me just fix this real quick. So view, appearance, not centered. There we go. Okay, so what I needed to do is change the, yes sir says, well, I have a question regarding React Native. I've started learning about React Native and wanted to know how would you store a cookie in React Native? Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. This is my first app in React Native as well, and I still haven't had the chance to work with networking and things like that, but maybe if you're using fetch, because there's no window and things are, yeah, there's no window. I'm not sure. We'll have to check that, but it's a good question that I haven't thought of. Like, how would you handle cookies in React Native? Yeah, maybe we can check that out later. We can Google, or we can just like Google around and see what we find. That makes sense. But yeah, in terms of the app, I needed to change the way I'm running the app. So there were, where was it? I keep the same scripts, like the run iOS and run Android. But the issue in this case was I needed to create this EAS, and let me see. Oh, hold on. Realm.io. There we go. Or let's view documentation. Actually, Realm DB Expo Go. That was the case. The Expo Go iOS simulator. Bootstrap with Expo. Yeah, so the thing is that it couldn't work with the Expo Go app. I needed, there we go. Yeah, the Expo Dev client will start automatically. So this is like something else. Expo needs EAS and EAB also, I guess, for the build. Yeah, probably. And we use the ordinary Expo Go thingy previously. But now since we have Realm, we actually need to like detach from the Expo Go and use the dev client. Use the dev client instead. Like switch over to that. And I made some changes. There's the Expo application services. Yeah, so when I did that, what I noticed is that it created iOS for me. There's no Android, but it created the iOS project for me. And this is not, I believe this is not the detached Expo. I believe it's not the detached Expo, right? Because you can like detach from Expo, like eject Expo and just roll out your own pure React Native and continue that. But there's like, it's a point of no return. I can still use the Expo app and I can still use Expo stuff in my app. I'm not sure. Something happened, but I managed to fix it. So I have this iOS folder now, which contains the Xcode workspace, right, which is the native part of the app. So I can run pod install it and stuff like that. It also created the EAS for me. And what I needed to do is create an additional one, because it did development and preview and production, these three, but I also needed to create an additional one called development simulator and add under iOS, add simulator true. And that uses the development client, the dev client. So now I can do just npx expo run iOS, which is pretty much the same command. I can even do npm run iOS, which is pretty much the same. Oh, and by the way, we switched over to npm. We had an issue with yarn. We used yarn previously. I'm not sure what happened there, but I switched over to npm and the module resolution got fixed. I think it was the version of the npm as well. So yeah, I got it working by switching to the EAS or the development client or the dev client of Expo. because we have some more additional stuff going on now, and created this little file here. And now we can see that we're able to actually run the app. So if I go to the add screen, I have a category. Let's add, I don't know, 35 for tomatoes, right, for today, and hit submit. There's an issue. It's a warning. We'll see. We'll just minimize it. Like we'll circle back. But if we go here on the expenses, we can see that the tomatoes entry is now here, right? And even if I stop the server, kill the app, and restart the app again, we'll still have the tomatoes expense entry there. So that's the local database working. There we go. If you're using the latest LTS, Expo is not fully supported yet. For 14 up to 16. Yeah, maybe that was the case. Like, I'm not sure. Let's see. Let me create a new terminal and do node version. I'm using the 19. The node 19. What is the npm? I believe it's 8. It's 9. Okay. So latest and greatest. I'm not sure. I mean, it kind of works. There are some issues that I want to check out if we have time in this stream. But yeah, I mean, it looks alright to me. Looks alright to me. Unless we you know, stumble upon an issue, we'll just like stick with this configuration for now on. Okay, so there are issues in terms of the reports. So as we can see, today is Thursday, so we are painting the Thursday block successfully, right? So if this is the 2nd of January, 3rd, 4th, and this is the 5th, which is correct, today is the 5th of January. The daily one is okay. I mean, sorry, the weekly one. But if I switch over to the monthly one, it adds it here as like the 4th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. All right, you see that? So that's like not really okay. Not okay. It's not correct. It should be the next one. Even if when I go back, we can see that we have the 29th of December. Bananas. Right? That is an expense that we did on 29th of December. It's still on the 4th. So as you can see, the monthly view, the monthly chart always renders like it paints over the 4th. Yeah, it paints over the 4th one. And one other thing is, and I haven't figured this one out from a perspective of how the app should work, not really a code wise, but like a feature wise, a UX wise. We are 2023 right now, and if I go to the yearly one, we can only see January, but I can't go back and see, I don't know, the expenses that I've done last week, for example, right? Because that's just like a week ago. I should be able to see that, but no, if you're in January, you can't see anything from you know, from the year before. I'm not sure. I mean, we could probably do like 2 years. Like I can only see the previous year, because I don't know if like adding the ability to scroll throughout the years would be. Maybe that's better. Like, it's better to leave the users scroll through the, you know, the yearly, like year by year, and look at their yearly expenses, as opposed to keeping it only for this year and then having this bug where on 1st of January I can't see what I spent and how much I spent on yesterday. We're not talking about years, we're talking about a matter of 24 hours at max. So yeah, maybe it's better if we leave the user, go back to as many years you know, in the past, and look at their yearly spending. Maybe that's better, because right now we have a bug, right? We can't see what we spent on December, like last month. Even if we do a weekly one, I can go up, and that's like not okay. Yeah. clearly there's an issue here. So yeah, we'll be working on resolving these issues, because it's not really working as we want it to work. Yeah, it's totally messed up. Now February is like the first month. Yeah, this is super buggy. We need to fix this. But yeah, all in all, the fix was weird. I didn't know about that, the EAS, the dev client and all these things, but I got it working, luckily. So now we can continue with our app. Let's see what the issue is with this range and why it goes to the right and it doesn't actually go to the left. So because it should be the other way around, right? The rightmost, like the last page in our pager should be the current period, and as we go back, like swipe left, we should go to the past. We can't go into the future, right? Because we cannot predict the future. At least I can't. So we need to swipe right and go to the past. And right now it's the other way around. So let's check it out. Here's the report screen. Here's the lazy view pager. And there was something about the layout. It's not here. The latest page should only be current dates. Yeah, it is the opposite one, and I'm not sure why is that happening. I did some stuff here. Let's check out this commit and see what we did. Here's the lazy pager view. Oh no, wait, this is not the actual commit. Monthly chart, date and expense utilities. No, this is like the full pager view. I'm not sure if we couldn't have pushed this. Oh well, maybe that's just, yeah, it's from 7 days ago, but that's when we actually introduced the feature. That means I haven't pushed since then. But on the pager view here, there was the, was it layout? Yeah, layout direction. And we can set that to be RTL. And by this math, I should be able to go left and right. But I played with that and I reverted it, and now it looks wrong. But let's scroll up. The current page is set to 0. But when the recurrence changes, we set the number of pages, not the page. Maybe that's the case. We shouldn't be like at 0, right? We shouldn't be at 0. Let me go back to this commit and actually check out the report screen. This one. Nope, that's when we actually introduced this. I remember it working. So we had it working previously. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so the default recurrence is weekly. That means the weekly chart is going to show up. And when the recurrence is weekly, we set the number of pages to be 53. So what if I set 53 here? And reload. Reload. Go to the reports. There we go. So from the 2nd until the 8th of January, right? And we go back. There's the 26th until the 1st of January. Yeah, I'm not sure if we should do like the RTL, because I have the index inverted in my case. If we do the RTL, the index is going to be messed up, so I need to refactor that side as well. And also maybe, I'm not sure if it's going to change the things inside. But it looks like okay. Yeah. Did I actually, like... So, probably is Thursday, right? 29th, 26th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Yeah, exactly. So it's just a coincidence. Let's create a new one, and that one's going to be on like Tuesday. For change. Do we have anything else? Bills. Yes. I don't know. 350 for the power, because it's like super expensive right now. Submit. We need to see this, but we'll ignore it for now. There we go. So Tuesday I spent $35 for tomatoes. That's the day. And 2 days ago I spent $350 on the power bill, and the average per day is 55. Is that correct? So we have 350 plus 35, which is 385. And we need to divide the 385 with 755. Okay, so in average, per week, per day actually, in a week per day, we have $55 of average expenses. That's good, that's correct. Okay. Alright, so this pretty much did it. And we can keep this. Okay, as you can see, I also have the number of pages, right? So if we keep the default recurrence to weekly, always, it's safe to set the number of pages and also the current page to 53, because it's always going to be weekly, right? It's never going to fail. Okay. Gidao, hi Lazar, what VS Code theme and font family are you using? Let's check it out. So, color theme, One Hunter. And I found out this like recently, a few days ago. I used to use the... Which one was it? Was it the Night Owl? I can't remember. I have to go back to my previous streams and actually look at it. But yeah, currently is One Hunter. I used to like the bearded theme Ion Storm. Eel Storm, not Ion Storm, Eel Storm. This one is pretty nice. Yeah, a lot of the bearded themes look pretty cool, but right now I am using the Hunter, One Hunter theme. There's like a material one which is less contrast. There's also Vercel one, which is a bit more dark, a lot more contrast. But I'm keeping this one for now. And as for the font family, I'm using Input Mono. Look it up. Yeah, it's like a... If you want to use it for commercial uses, you would have to pay. But for like personal uses, this one is free. And previously I used just SF Mono. Yeah. Alright, so... I think we fixed this one. Hey, by the way, check this out. There's the issue. We have 2nd of January until 8th of January, right? That is the week. Yeah, of course, Guido. We have 2nd of January until 8th of January, and that's this week, right? And this is the first week of this year. And I can't go back to the previous year using the yearly chart, right? So if we go to the yearly, we can see that we're stuck in 2023. That's it. Let's go back to the weekly one. And now it's broken. Okay. Okay. It's actually here when we change the recurrence. All right, little set page 53 and also set this to 12 and also set this to 1. Now let's try it out. I'm gonna set this to the yearly one. There we go. Set this to the weekly one. 20. Okay, it's not really. Boom. There we go. Format data. Invalid time value. Okay, so we need to work on this. Let me just reload it and try that again. So we're here right now. Now let's go back and go to the yearly one. There we go. Let's go back and go to the weekly one. Yeah, something's off. Something is off here. And now it's like reversed. You see that? I'm not sure why that happens. Recurrence. We're changing that. And the start and the end is basically calculated on that. What if, because this is, we've got like set page and we have like set number of pages. These are two sets. What if something happens between re-rendering? Because these two are gonna trigger 2 re-renders. What if we refactored this to actually use a reducer instead of like 2 state values? Select. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so it says set recurrence. And we have this here. Then what if we remove this effect? If we're using the select recurrence, then why not use this thing instead of relying on a side effect? Let's reload. This is correct. Let's go back to the yearly one. Oh, nice. Now we have multiple pages. As many as we want. Okay, let's see. Selected recurrence. See that? The switch is based on the old one, so we need to switch on the newly selected one. Okay. Take 3. Go back to the yearly. Single page, that's good. Go back to the weekly one. Yeah. Why is this happening? So uncool. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're gonna create a reducer instead of these 3 states. We're gonna use a reducer instead. So let's see. State and dispatch. I'm gonna use a reducer here. The first argument is the reducer itself, so we'll have the state and then we'll have the action, and then the second one is the initial state, and then we'll say recurrence is weekly, number of pages 53, page with beautiful. All right, so we have the state, we have the action, right? We'll switch on the action type, and we need a type for that as well. So reducer action type, so, and we'll say set recurrence. No, we wanna do types is like set recurrence. We wanna do a set number of pages and also set the page. Okay, so this is going to be the action. Is that correct? No, that's totally not correct. Check the type. R extends reducer without action. And there's the I. Reducer is R and the initial argument is I. The reducer it has a state. Hold on. Use reducer. I believe. No, we actually use this only here. Okay, I use that in the other projects. Now this is mostly TypeScript complaining, right? We are so far okay in terms of how the implementation should go, but the TypeScript makes it harder. So let's see. Use reducer TypeScript. There we go. It's purple because I was checking it out. All right, so he uses an enum for the action kind. Okay, let's check that out. Enum for the action kind, and then all of the columns. There we go. Then we have the action, which has a type and payload. Okay. All right, so reducer action is going to have the type. There we go, and also payload. We're gonna keep this as any. I'm not sure. If we use a number, we cannot set the recurrence, because the recurrence is a different enum. If I use or, we're gonna have a problem. Let's keep it as any and we'll circle back and see what happens. Then we have the state, which is pretty much this thing right here. There we go. So recurrence is going to be a recurrence. The number of pages is going to be a number and also a number. So that is our state. And then we have our actual reducer function. So this is like it's defined outside. All right, let's define it outside. So counter reducer. Okay, so pager reducer. We'll call this pager reducer. We'll have our state, which is going to be the reducer state, or like even better, pager state. It's going to be the pager state, and this is going to be the pager reducer action types, and this is going to be the pager reducer action. Okay, state and action. There we go. We have the state and action now, and then we can switch on the action dot type, right? And then whatever we do, we just return the payload. Okay, now this should stay okay, and instead of this, I should be able to say, pager reducer, and that's it. Okay. Not sure what we did there, but alright. Maybe it's like the additional types that we created. Okay, so if this is the default state, when we want to set the recurrence, we should return the state, spread out the state, and just set the recurrence to the payload, which is going to be of type recurrence. Beautiful. When we want to set the number of pages, we'll do pretty much the same. Instead of the reducer, we'll change the recurrence. Instead of the recurrence, we'll change the number of pages. And also for the page, like the current page. There we go. And the default, just return the state. There we go. So, state holds all of our values. So we can get rid of these. And instead of set recurrence, we are going to dispatch a new action whose type is going to be the, let me just add the payload here. The type is going to be action types recurrence, right? And aside from that, I want to do another case here that will allow us to actually no. So when we want to change the recurrence, I'm going to pass everything. Okay. So here, spread out the state, but then we have the payload recurrence. Okay. Number of pages. Action number of pages, and also for the page as well. So when we change the recurrence, I'm going to, on purpose, also provide these values so we can change the whole state with just one single dispatch call. Okay, let's do that. So payload, moving in, recurrence is that cool. Yeah, so we have this switch over here. We have this switch over here. We can make this smart. You know what? Let's roll back. I'm only going to accept the recurrence, but I'll move this switch inside here. Okay. So we'll say new page. Actually, I'm gonna var these. And I'm also gonna var the new number of pages. I'm gonna switch on the action.payload. And then if it's weekly, the page is going to be 53. New page, sorry. Oh, I'll just do 1 and 1 here. And then the number of pages is also going to be 53, right? So now Copilot understands what we want to do, and we can just let it work. There we go. Okay. Now we can do We'll leave the recurrence to use the payload because that is the only value, but then we have these values. So every time we change the recurrence, we'll also update the number of pages and the currently selected page. That's what we want. So with a single dispatch, we'll basically take care of everything, right? Recurrence, state.recurrence and state.page, because now we look from the states. We don't have many state variables, we'll just have one state. And now we need to do state dot on a lot of these errors that show up. So let's do that. Boom, boom. Okay, set page. It means we are going to dispatch. This is going to be the payload, right? The value that we're dispatching, and the type is going to be set page. Payload, what is complaining? Payload. Okay, payload. And then we have state, number of pages, minus the new page, -1. So it's like it's an inverted index. That's why we couldn't use the R2L. Okay, moving on, we have a lot of recurrent stuff here. We'll just do state dot, everything is fixed, and one more. State dot. There we go. Okay, we have refactored our component. Instead to use like multiple state variables, we just have one reducer, and even made it clever, so when we change the recurrence, it automatically changes the rest of the stuff for us. Okay, let's see if that was worth doing. Okay, let's hit the reload again. This is the only thing that's like happening. It's like freezes over. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe we'll find out if we actually read this. Maximum update depth. Oh boy, this can happen when a component calls inside useEffect, but useEffect either doesn't have a dependency array. Okay, so we are in a loop. That means we are in a loop. Let's see. We dispatch only once when we select here. When we select the page, we also dispatch only once. That should be good, right? Lazy view pager implementation. Oh man, it's inside of the lazy view pager implementation. Okay. It's somewhere here. I'm gonna have to debug this. But let's try running this again. Because I basically stole this implementation of the internet. And now we don't know how to fix it, because it's not ours. We don't understand it. Man, did I just close? No. I closed the simulator. Oh, damn it. Come on, wake up. Open 14 Pro. I think it was 14 Pro. Man. Okay. Hi. Opening on iOS. Alright, let's see if it freezes now. Yes, it does. Why is it happening? What is that? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And why is that? Let's go back and just gonna wrap this in a function, log it out, updating selected page. I want to see if some of my functions over here, before I actually dispatch an action, if that is the case. We only have two. Updating recurrence. Let's try it again. Oh, there we go. Updating selected page. That is not good. Okay, so it's not the recurrence. That's all right. It's the selected page. This one. All right, so you know what? We want to set... All right. I think we're dispatching when we don't need to dispatch. Although I'm not sure why on page selected gets called a lot of times. Client on page. There's the... Probably this is the use effect that gets crazy. When the client on page selected exists as a callback, because this is a callback, and when the page gets changed, we basically call that. Okay, you know what? I'll log it out. Current page, and I'm gonna set that to state.page. New page, and we'll set that to new page, and then also desired page is going to be the math at the bottom. Okay, let's see how the values look like. And if they're pretty much the same, we can just if it, you know, to avoid calling the dispatch function when we don't actually need to. Alright, so let's see. The new page is 52. The desired page is 0, and then the current page is also 0. Okay, so then we call set. Okay, oh, there we go. Yeah, so the number of pages is 53 minus the new page, which is 52. We got 1, and then minus 1, we got 0. But then we dispatch this, right? We dispatch this. Can we see the first? Okay, there we go. So the current page is 53. The new page is 52. The desired page is 0. So if the desired page is 0, this is what we're setting the page to. We dispatch once, and then the current page is 0 because the... I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, the current page is 0. Then the new page that we want to set is still 52, but the desired page is still 0. Alright, so this is crazy. Why do we want to go to like 52? And also, why is on page selected called that much? And also, is this still relevant? Is this still relevant? What if we just do this? Because if we're on the last page, then the new page of 52 is gonna be the page that we actually wanna see, right? Okay, let's run it again. No, it still goes crazy. So the new page is 52, the desired page is 52, and the current page is 52. But okay. Okay, you know what? If the state.page equals the new page, then there's nothing to update, right? There's nothing to update, so don't call it, right? The current is 53 and the new page is 52. We should probably +1 this later, but this if is going to prevent the dispatch from happening multiple times. So we tried fixing one problem and we introduced another one. Welcome to the world of programming. There we go. But it's last week, right? So there's no week after that one, but we can scroll back to the same week, which is pretty cool. Okay, so +1. +1. Alright, so let's do a reload and see that again. Do we actually wanna? Oh, I still need. I still need this log at least to see. Reload. Okay, that's weird. There's a new page. Current page, state.page. Okay. The new page is 52, the current page is 53. New page is 50, current page is 53. Oh. Why am I in a hurry? What's the hurry? Alright, stop. Run it again. Reports. Okay, so it's still messing up. Still messing up. I have no idea why we do this. If the new page is different, maybe I should say plus. Oh, exactly. +1. Damn. Okay. Makes sense, right? Because the new page is always 52. We need to +1 it. And it's always going to be different. But if we add +1 to here, this should be okay. Even though we're not actually seeing the goddamn. Okay, and now we're going the other way. So that is the. Okay, I understand. I understand. That's the case. All right, so we have desired page, right? And we had something like this. And if this is different, then you can set this. Okay, I think I got it. So this is okay, 2nd until the 8th. We're here, which is good. Let's go back. Boom. There we go. And it's not going crazy. Okay, that's all we needed. All right, so let's try out switching. So yearly. That's all right. Let's go back to weekly now. We still got it messed up. Still got it messed up. And now it's the other way around. Why is this happening? Why is this? All right, let's see. I'm gonna log out everything here. So, current page. Not the filtered expand. We don't need that. Current page, current recurrence. And well, not that one. Okay, so what else do we need? The number of pages. Okay, let's see what we're working with. So, current page is 53, current recurrence is weekly, and the number of pages is 53. Then the page changed to 0 as the current page. Okay, so this is 0, right? Okay. Oh, got it. See that? Current page to 0, so okay. I think we need to change these. The new page equals to. right? I think that is the issue. We're here now. 2nd until the 8th, which is good. Go back. 26th until 1st, as expected. Let's change this to the yearly one. So current page is 0, number of pages is 1. Current recurrence is yearly. That's what we want. Now let's go back to the weekly one. Current page is 52 now. It should not be 52. Right? It shouldn't be 52. Why is it 52? Here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna log out changing page here. I'm going to remove these logs because we don't need them anymore. And then I'm going to add another log here, which is changing recurrence. And I want to see which comes first, the chicken or the egg. Changing page. Okay, that's cool because it's like the loading the initial one. Let's go back, changing recurrence, and then we have changing page, and then we have a changing page again. Okay, clean this and go back to weekly now. So changing recurrence, changing page. Yeah, we change the page here. We always set this to 0. And 0 is like the last one, but why? Why is this happening? Shall we bring these back? This is our page. I didn't have to do that. Oh, is my internet down? Caught myself lagging there. Changing page 0. Okay, so 0 is 0. 0 is on the right. That's what I'm thinking about, like changing page to 0. And we also have the number of pages -1 as the initial page. Mind that. Even though we have the initial page here, it still says on page changed. Unlike on page selected. So it still runs this. Right? And it sets. It does the dispatch here. So when we go back, it's like 1, 2, 1, and 0. So it makes sense that we are going to set this to 0. If 0 is like the rightmost page. No, oh, wait a minute. The infill. No, it can't be that. Oh, it doesn't matter. We are on page 0 now. Going to the yearly one. We are on page 0 again. Okay, going back to the weekly one. There we go. Changing page to 52. And changing recurrence happened. Okay, so first we change the recurrence, then maybe this initial, you know what? Maybe that's the case. Like set all of these. Set all of these to 0. Right? If 0 is our rightmost page, then we'll keep this always at 0. But the number of pages change. And the default one is 53. Let's also add 0. The initial is always 0. But then we do some changes here. Okay, let's see how this is going to work, right? Let's see. That is so not true. Wow, okay. Revert. This is not working. This is terrible. Okay. So alright, I think I know what it is. The initial page here, the number of pages -1. That thing is messing up with this. Maybe we're going to listen to Yasir and try not to have this inverted index. Right, we'll do 0 to that many, but yeah. Okay. Okay, let's try that. So layout direction, right to left. The initial page is always gonna be 0. The desired page is going to just be, I guess, new page, right? We don't even need a desired page for that matter. We just want to set new page. And while we are here, when we're changing the recurrence, we always want to be on the first page. Now, we don't need the new page equals stuff. Come on. Right? The only thing that's going to be dynamic is the number of pages, because the recurrence changes that, but it's always going to be the first one. So, you're 0 as well, the default first page. The initial is 0, and the new page will just like, we'll keep this changing page too, and we'll see what we get. Okay, so January. Okay, you know what, this looks cool. This looks all right to me. So don't do crazy math using inverted indexes or indices. Changing recurrence. Okay, so as you see, the page doesn't get changed because it's 0. Now let's go back and we just change the recurrence. Beautiful. And we're second until the 8th, and we scroll left. Boom. Okay, let's see what happened. Invalid time value. Whoa, changing page to 92. I don't know, I can't read that. That is too much digits. Okay, but we're pretty much there. Okay, we're pretty much there. Why is this the new page thingy? Why is this page? What the hell? Set page. Set page. Position plus offset. Okay, there we go. There we go. This is probably the case. Maybe the math, the position plus offset doesn't really, you know. Is there like an, oh, there's like others. Set page, select page, the selected page. Use imperative handle, and we already get that. Customizes the instance value that is exposed to the parent component when using ref. As always, imperative code using refs should be avoided in most cases. Should be used with forward ref. Okay, we actually do that, as far as I saw. There we go, forward ref. So we actually are forwarding the ref, but then set page. We do some crazy stuff here. So there's like an initial page, but we don't even use that. So I'm just gonna remove the initial page from the props. Ditch that. Oh. Okay, actually we use that. We use that only once to set the page state value. But then set page is being used on a number of different places. Alright, let's try that again. I really hope it's just an edge case. Changing recurrence. Changing recurrence. Go back. Page to 1. Page to 0. Go to the monthly. We're 0. Go back. 1, 2, 1, 0. Go to the yearly one. Do some crazy stuff on the screen. And I'll go back to the weekly one. We should see the first, which is cool. Now go to the page 1. Boom. How do we come to this value, this crazy value, which is like in the... There's like millions. Here's like billions. I don't even know the words for the next 3 levels after billion. Trillion? Oh yeah, we got trillion, and then we have something out of this world, out of this galaxy. And now we have a problem. Now we have a problem. Let's see. I want to see where this is, like, where do we get the value? This is inside of the use imperative handle. Where's the other set page? This is inside of the use imperative handle. We got that. This is inside. Actually, it's still... Oh, okay, so if the VP ref is not null, but it is in our case because we're not passing ref, so I'm not going to bother logging here. This never happens. This is the... Yeah, I'm still going to log out this selected page. And it's inside of the use imperative handle. Let's see. There's one more on page selected. I really want to see where this value is coming from. Where else do we have that? That's about it. So can be either one of those places. So go back on page selected. Yeah, probably that's it. The on page selected. Changing recurrence. Go back to weekly, go here, there we go. So the last thing that happened is on page selected. That's the crazy stuff there. It's not this place. It's here. So the event native event position plus offset is crazy. Let's check out the offset. So, and also check out the position. Okay, look at that again. Yearly, boom, 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 whatever it takes. Go back to the weekly one, go left. Okay, now it works, but let's try this. And I'll go back and try this. There we go. Okay, so the offset is 0. The position is something crazy. Why the hell is the position that crazy? Event native event position. What? Well, I can't really... There's the pager view. Oh, the pager view. And the pager view is actually coming from the React Native pager view. Ah. Beautiful. Pager view on page select. What do we get there? Event data. There's a position. So, but the position is the one that's like super crazy. So, oh man, I hate it when I come to a realization that the bug might be happening in a third-party library. So good luck, Lazar. Good luck fixing this. Damn it. Offset and the target offset, and then we only use the offset but then rely heavily on the position, which is the issue in this case. And what if I just arrange it instead of 53 do state number of pages? What if I range it? What if I do something that'll dispatch the new page only if it's like within the range of the possible values from 0 up until the number of pages? What about it? And then we need to come up with an else case. Alright, so doing this, go back, yearly, there's no left or right, go back, nothing changes, and all hell breaks loose. So what if I do like a, I don't know, a freaking 0 or something like that? Yeah. Now it's just frozen. Okay. Let's try that again. Oh, man. Okay. Come on now. Oh, no. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is not the way to go. This is not the way to develop apps. This is madness. This is so unpredictable. You don't even know what to write. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the package. Maybe it's the page review. Like this guy right here. And this one is, I believe this one is from Expo as well, so. But it is so not cool. Oh, now it works. What the hell happened? I don't even know. Alright, let's go back to the yearly. Mess around with the list. Try to swipe left or right. Doesn't want. Go back to the yearly. There we go. Okay. Why do you want me to change the page to the fazillion or zazillion, 9 zazillion? There's like not enough pages. That's not the way to go. Don't make me set the page to that high number. And how do we do a fallback now? How do we do the fallback? Because this is turning into a hack basically, not an implementation. But I need to like put a hack into place. Bam. Yeah, like what the hell is this? Alright, time to check out the package. We can't really let this go. And what? Just Google that for me, please. Call stack. React Native wrapper for the Android view pager and iOS UI page view controller. Okay. cool and all, but some things. New architecture, paper and fabric. If you'd like to enable this, please run the command below. Add new architecture. Are we using the new architecture? Is that like React Native type of thing? Damian, to this point, what is a better experience, DX, for you, React Native or Flutter? Honestly, that's a good question. I like React Native because might have a bit more like an ecosystem of packages, but it feels more hacky. You know, I didn't have these issues with Flutter. And this is not the first time that I'm actually, you know, dragging myself through the mud, trying to get out of an issue in React Native. I think there were fewer issues, like dumb issues like this one in Flutter. Honestly, I think, yeah. If I would have to pick, man, I would pick Flutter. Yeah. I'll probably pick Flutter. It's tight, like they're super close. I can't really, you know, say for certain that the one is way better than the other one. But I would still pick Flutter. I don't know. It was weird with, you know, with the Expo stuff, and then I needed to not eject Expo, but like halfway ejected. So now I have an iOS thinking and the EAS and etc. Any plans to make an Android app with Compose? Yeah, I don't know. It was not. I didn't plan that, but maybe I could, because I played around with Compose, which is pretty cool. Now that is interesting. Compose is super cool. I recorded a video which is not yet released that uses Compose. But I don't know. Maybe I'll switch out Maui, because the next framework that I wanted to do is Maui. But maybe I could switch out Maui with just Compose instead. Yeah, that would be better. Yeah, Eric Hogan, thanks actually for the idea. I'm going to switch out Maui, because check it out. Right now, oh man, we are in Markdown. Okay, B. Right now, we are working on the React Native. In the previous period, I also did the Flutter one. And the Swift UI one was like the first one. Awesome, yeah. Yeah, our help will be much needed. Thank you. And yeah, there's like the fourth framework. I wanted to do Maui, but you're right. Maybe we should do native Android with Jetpack. Yeah. Yeah, let's actually do that. I'm going to switch Maui for Jetpack Compose. Because I like, yeah, I might like it better. I can't say that I like it because I haven't even tried Maui. I did play with Jetpack Compose briefly. Eric Hogan, for what it's worth, I think there are more learning resources for Android and Compose than Maui. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. I mean, Maui is still like, what is the current state of Maui? Is it like stable right now, or is it like still in beta? Maui is too new. And you're right, like there are more learning resources for Android than for Compose. Because Compose has been around since 2019, I believe. So it's like 2 years, 2 and then some, probably. As opposed to Maui, which is probably getting released like these months or like this period. So yeah, we should do Jetpack Compose. I really like Jetpack Compose. Now, if I could choose between Jetpack Compose and Flutter, which is not really a comparison, right? One is native, one is cross-platform. In that case, I would choose Jetpack Compose. Totally. And now with KMM getting out, I think we'll have so much fun with Kotlin as a multi-platform mobile. We can do Kotlin for iOS and Androids. And I'm not sure, I mean, Jetpack Compose is by Google. Kotlin is by JetBrains. And the KMM, the Kotlin multi-platform mobile, that's also by JetBrains. So we'll have the KMM implementation by JetBrains. We'll have the we'll have the Jetpack Compose by Google. So we'll have JetBrains and Google implementing two different APIs, and I'm really curious to see how it'll turn out. So yeah, definitely, maybe we could focus on Jetpack Compose as opposed to Maui. For me, Dart in Flutter is meh, but when Flutter have TypeScript, it's so good and interesting. Oh yeah, wait, you can do Flutter with TypeScript? Or is it like just an idea? Because yeah, TypeScript is TypeScript. KMM is neat because it's basically Flutter, but with Compose and a bit more robust. Does it function like Flutter under the box? Because Flutter knows how to draw pixels, right? It's a rendering engine. This is idea. Well, yeah, it's a really good idea. Yeah, I'm still not sure how KMM works like and how it functions under the hood. Does it draw pixels? Uses Skia, which is the same. Yeah. That is the... So that's Jetpack Compose, right? KMM, I'm not sure. I thought Compose like renders native components. For example, Xamarin, right? Xamarin, when you're writing components in Xamarin, then for iOS it renders a UI button, for Android it renders a button, which at the end it's still native, with just like some overhead from the framework. But yeah, really curious to see what KMM is. Yeah, but totally, we need to switch out Maui for Android native Jetpack Le Compose. We definitely will going to do that. So now I also need to update all of these repos, but that's okay. I'll do that on my time. What are we going to do now? Like, look at the page that it's trying to navigate. We can't let it to navigate to this page. This is terrible. This is terrible. Should we be looking in a different pager view implementation? It also needs to be lazy, because as you may have noticed, we are trying to render 53 pages that have SVG charts and a list inside. It has to be lazy. It has to be virtualized. It has to be a pager view, but it has to be virtualized. Otherwise, I don't know, we'll suffer. We'll basically suffer. Let's see the issues. Maybe someone... TikTok style home tab. Blank screen when swiping pages. Alright, go for it. Boom. Opa. Is that the page 9 zillion or like 9 hillion? Yeah, they just liked it. That's pretty recent. Okay, so on select page reporting a high number, high page number, no, on select page, nothing on non-select page. Oh, no one? Is it just me that like... Alright, so let's see. React native view pager virtualized. That's Android. Wait, can we have like a horizontal list that is virtualized, but it's when we like swipe the list, it only stays. 'Cause maybe that works as well. I'm not sure if that's like possible right now. Render. Because that would work as well, you know? We don't necessarily need a pager view. Oh man, I have a meeting in 10 minutes. Okay, we don't necessarily need a pager view because we don't need the dots at the bottom, right? We can have like a horizontal list where each item is the content of our page, and we can scroll that list. It's virtualized, so only like the neighboring pages get rendered, not the rest of the 53 pages. It's virtualized, and it also has these points where you can like scroll it up to that point, you know? Is there a way? Horizontal? Retro in 10 minutes. Yeah, we gotta hop. Inverted, beautiful. Okay, so we have horizontal, it's virtualized. We also have inverted, which is good. Please tell me that we can configure like fixed. Set this when offset is needed for the loading indicator. Oh man, you know that this is actually going to work. Render scroll component, render a custom scroll component. But a different list style, okay. Viewability for flow type and further documentation. Okay, this, you know what? This actually might work, right? And it's like native, it's just from React Native. Whoa, okay. Horizontal. Right, there we go. What was the other? We also want to do the inverted as well. Okay, let's check this out real quick. Alright, so item 1, 2, 3, beautiful. Just tell me that we can actually set that and we are done. Where are you? There we go. Viewability config. I'm gonna need some typings for this one. Can we have typings here? No, we can't. Okay. Helper JS. Come on, I really want to see if we're going to. Which one is this? Outbrain? No, probably not that one. React Native. Come on now, viewability. Okay, let's try for that. Visibility sensor. Let's say like this. React Native. Lists. Scroll points? No? Section lists. What is a section lists? Oh, okay. It's a list that has sections. Lists, scroll positions. Oh, like a fixed. What is that called? Do you know what is that called? That, for example, we can scroll. Whenever we scroll, it always, you know, it goes to a certain scroll. How is that called? list. Virtualized list. So it's the base implementation for the flat list or section list. All right, so we can basically use a flat list, right? But the flat list is better documented, right? Which are also better documented. Okay, we can like look at the flat lists. It's all right. There's a render item. We do have a render item as well. Key extractor. Okay, inverted horizontal. We already have that. Get item layout is an optional optimization that allows skipping the measurement of a dynamic content if you know the size, width, and height of the items ahead of time. Of course, we do. Get item layout is efficient if you have fixed size. For example, get item layout will return this much. Length and offset. Okay. Oh man, we have to leave this for the next stream, but I'm going to leave myself. Let's add a comment here for next stream. The current view pager reports a crazy number, like, and we're going to paste this. So it needs refactoring. Try looking into React Native's flat lists. It's virtualized. It's horizontal. What else? It can be inverted as well. Try figuring out how you can make it behave like a pager. Beautiful. Okay, we are going to warning alert. Boom. There we go for the next stream. Yeah, we're going to be doing this at the next stream. I hope we're not going to be seeing numbers like this one. But all right, yeah, I have to jump to on a meeting. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Yeah, this was fun. It was interesting to see. Yeah, basically figure out that we have a bug that it might include just like, you know, changing the whole component that we're using. Awesome. All right. Again, thank you so much. Have a nice time, and I'll see you next week. Yeah, see you next week. Ciao, ciao.